Alright lads, we're talking about yo-yos. I've spoken before, briefly, about yo-yos on this channel, and I'll be honest with you, I actually find them really, really interesting. I'm not a yo-yo player or anything, I just admired them from afar, always thought they're cool, and now that I'm kind of doing this YouTube channel, I've kind of got an excuse to kind of buy some yo-yos, play around with them, show them to you guys, and talk about them, which is what we're going to do right now. I was browsing around on eBay a few days ago, saw this, came up, it was less than $30 for these 3 yo-yos. I thought that would make a great video, so here we are. The appeal of these, for me, is a few things really. The first is nostalgia, for sure. 90s nostalgia is just coming off this box, you know, in massive clouds. This just screams 90s to me. This yo-yo right here, my brother used to have one of these. God, I was so jealous of it. Honestly, he was really good with it too. Now the box is a little bit smashed up here, but that's all right. That's the one. Now how cool do all these look? Let's see what we've got here. A little kind of yo-yo carrying device, it looks like. Probably not going to use that. Some yo-yo strings, some yo-yo high performance lubricant, obviously vital, and these 3 yo-yos. So yeah, the first appeal is nostalgia. The second is obviously just the skill element of it. I've not thrown a yo-yo in maybe 15 years or something like that, but picking it back up again for this video has just reinforced how much skill is actually involved in modern yo-yo tricks. The third is just kind of just the physics, I guess, of how yo-yos work. The way the yo-yo returns to your hand, it kind of defies expectations a little bit, doesn't it? It kind of moves in a way that you're not expecting. Especially with these like super modern yo-yos, super modern yo-yo tricks, you know. These guys are doing crazy stuff with it, and it just thinks, how are they doing that? It just moves totally unnaturally, you know. So interesting. So yeah, the physics of it, the complexity of the design, you know, the complexity of the thought process that's gone into this, really is super, super interesting. It's kind of part toy, part machine, part gyroscope, almost. I just think it's fascinating. One thing worth mentioning that I found out while doing the research for this video is there's actually archaeological evidence for yo-yos going back to as early as 500 BC. So, you know, it turns out that it's kind of been a part of the human society and human experience for a lot longer than I had originally thought. Isn't that interesting? If there are any yo-yo archaeologists watching this, introduce yourselves in the comments. I'd love to talk to you. Love to talk to you, actually. Now, this kit from Yomega, it's one of the bigger yo-yo brands out there. It was kind of, when I was a kid, this was like the one to get. The Yomega yo-yo. This was, you know, yeah, like I said, it was definitely seen as the one to get. Now the idea behind these 3 yo-yos is that this is supposed to get you from never thrown a yo-yo before to learning advanced tricks and stuff like that. And the original idea for this video was that I was going to learn all of the necessary tricks to go from beginner to advanced, and kind of report back and let you guys know what it was like. But what quickly became evident was that was just not going to happen. The skill ceiling on these things is so high, and I'm such a beginner. The reality is that this video would just never have gone made, or just the scale of it would have increased so much it just wouldn't have happened. But it raises another, you know, quite interesting point about these things. What I'm talking about is that the yo-yo is quite relatively cheap thing, super cheap thing. You know, like I said, there's like $30 for 3 yo-yos here, but there's so much to learn. Like, you could not learn every yo-yo trick out there. Even if you know, obsessively learned tricks every single day, there's always more to learn. There's always going to be someone better than you. Kind of represents good value for money, don't you think? For a bit of analog analog fun. Like I said, the reality is that the average person is never going to truly master it. Never going to truly master the yo-yo. Let's have a little look at these. Let's have a little look at these. Start with this brain one. This was the one, dude. This was the yo-yo that I wanted so bad. So the idea behind this yo-yo, this beginner's yo-yo, is that it comes back to your hand automatically. Okay, this clutch inside here, these two little arms, as the yo-yo spins, pushes down on these springs, which lets the axle here spin around, and then as the yo-yo slows down, bites down on the axle here, and the yo-yo automatically comes back to your hand. So foolproof, absolutely foolproof. So cool, honestly. To me, this is just such a sweet little thing. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or if, you know, whether I just wanted one when I was a kid, but that's so cool. Love the art on this. Such cool designs. The fireball. So this is the intermediate yo-yo, allegedly. This yo-yo will come back, but you have to make it come back. You know, it's not like this one, which will come back automatically. You have to, you know, call it back. You have to flick your hand, bring it back. This one has a bushing axle, so we have I guess steel, could be alloy, not sure, doesn't matter. Axle, and then the plastic bushing on the outside that the string wraps around, and it just spins like that, really nice and smoothly. See these little cuts on the yo-yo here? That's what binds on the string and gets the yo-yo to come back. On some yo-yos, this will be like a piece of silicone rubber or something like that. Here, they've just gone for some little diamond cuts in there. Kind of interesting. There's lots of different designs, lots of different ways to get the yo-yo to spin, you know, lots of different ideas behind the yo-yo. Are you gonna have a yo-yo which doesn't come back at all? Are you gonna have a yo-yo which comes back only a little bit? Are you gonna optimize the design for really long spins, or catching the yo-yo on the string, or any of these things? You know, the yo-yo it's just like any other of those quite mature skill toys, like, for example, the balisong, or maybe even the slingshot as well. Like, there's lots of different design elements to work in. There's lots of different things you can optimize for. Love the finish on all of these. It's super high quality, dense plastic. God, they just look so cool. That retro charm is just pouring off these. Great. And this is the Raider, so this is the Pro Yo-Yo. This is the big dong. This yo-yo doesn't come back. It's a roller bearing yo-yo. So, or at least it doesn't come back with the same gusto. There's actually a legit ball bearing in there, caged bearing, which the string rides on. Let's put that on there now. Now, my point for this video was, I guess, basically to make the case for yo-yos a little bit. Try and convey a little bit of my enthusiasm for them to you. The last few days, I've kind of been spending a lot of time here in the studio, just playing with my yo-yos, man. Just playing with my yo-yos. Trying to nail the basic tricks, trying to keep it smooth, and just having fun, you know, not thinking about YouTube, not thinking about emails, not thinking about work, or basically anything that wasn't just this little device here, you know. It's almost zen-like. It's the same kind of appeal that you get with any one of these skill toys that I've spoken about already. It's just dedicating yourself to that one thing, you know, for whether you're talking all day or just as long as it takes to learn that next trick. You know, it's escapism, guys. That's what these represent. So if I can do anything with this video, that's hopefully just to convince you. If you've ever even briefly considered picking up one of these yo-yos, or any yo, it doesn't have to be one of these, you know, any yo-yo, it doesn't matter. If you've ever even briefly considered it, I strongly urge you just to give it a go. You've got nothing to lose. You might end up having a little bit of fun, who knows. Okay, that's Things for the Internet. New videos every week.
Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. This video was brought to you by deadeyeclub.com, makers of the Wishbone EDC slingshot. Head over there now and consider picking up their $100 Mischief kit, which includes everything you need to start shooting a slingshot. The Wishbone itself, 3 replacement band sets, and some ammo. It's the most fun you can have for $100 and you'll be supporting the channel.